And so we're presented here with our score. The first thing we're going to do then is we're going to create a key at the top of our composition, a key of chords that we're going to utilize throughout the piece, and we'll delete it at the end of the composition. So we're going to just make a new key. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to here and I'm going to select semi-breve, because generally chords last for the whole bar, and I'm just going to put that there. Once we've done that, that's a C there, because that's the key that we're in. We're going to start with a C, and we're just going to do a scale up in semi-breves. So we've got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, press escape, and there's our scale. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that bar, shift and click to do a multiple highlight, and then we're going to do a copy and paste into the bass stave, the left hand stave. So Command and C, or Control and C if you're on a PC, and then Command and V, or Control and V if you're on a PC, and then I'm going to put those down 2 octaves. So Command and the cursor down arrow. Okay, so now we've got a scale of C major in both the right hand and the left hand of the piano. And I'm going to do a multiple highlight by pressing shift and click again. And what I'm doing this time is I'm going to press 3, not on my numeric keypad, but rather on the actual keyboard itself at the top. I'm going to press 3 to turn all of these notes into chords, and press note twice. So now, as you can see, I've got a scale of tonic triads. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press Command and B to get a new bar, highlight this line here, press enter, and you can see up here that this means that there's going to be 8 bars along here without any worries. So now what I've got is my key of chords, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these to copy and paste. To make sure that I understand what I'm dealing with here, I'm going to label these chords. I'm just going to use this using Command and L for lyrics. Although I'm not writing lyrics, we're just going to label those chords. So this is chord 1. Uppercase means it's a major chord, lowercase means it's a minor chord. I'm using Roman numerals because that's the standard and most widely used notation of chords. And don't forget that chord 8 is the same as chord 1. So you'll notice in fact that chord 1 is major, chord 4 is major, and chord 5 is major. That's quite important. Chords 1, 4 and 5 are the most important chords in any key, in any major key, because they are the major chords within any given set of chords. So what I'm going to do is we're going to work around an 8-bar chord sequence. So I've got 1 bar at the minute. I'm going to press Command and B to get another 7 bars. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're in C major, and generally the rule is that you want to end on the chord that is your home key, your tonic key, which is C major in this case. So I'm going to grab my chord 1, Command and C for a copy and paste. I'm just going to grab that and put that in my final bar there. Notice I'm not doing anything with the flute part at the minute. It's not important. We're just going to get our harmonic progression. If we ended in C major, it's probably wise to think about starting in C major. So my first and last bars are in C major. In class we've spoken about the different cadence types, and we know that the most important cadence that you can have is a perfect cadence. That really does tell us what key we're in, and a perfect cadence is chord 5 to chord 1. So we really want to ascertain that we're in C major, so I'm going to grab my chord 5 with a copy and paste, Command C, and paste it with Command V, and that final 2 bars there is now a perfect cadence. I'm just going to mark that so. I'm just going to create some box text so that we know that I'm dealing there with a perfect cadence. And I always think it's good practice to label things on your composition so that you know what it is you're dealing with. So that's a perfect cadence, chord 5 to chord 1. It's also wise to think about the opposite of a perfect cadence, which is an imperfect cadence, which is 1-5. And 1-5, that imperfect cadence is very good at leaving things sounding unfinished and needing the piece of music to move on. So if I grab my chord 5 from up here, the place where we want to move on in the middle of our harmonic progression is in fact the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stick it here. And really what we want to do then is put a chord 1 before it, so that we've got a really strong imperfect cadence. I'm just going to edit that. Okay, so like that, we've got an imperfect cadence there towards the middle of the harmonic progression and a perfect cadence towards the end of the harmonic progression. And this repetition, chord 1 and chord 5, really do help to give the feeling that we're being in C major. Similarly, what's always nice to follow chord 5, as we've already ascertained here, is a chord 1. So I'm just going to grab another chord 1 there. And really, what that does is that gives us just 2 blank bars that we need to fill. And we can fill those with the chords of our choice from up here, as long as we don't use chord 7. Chord 7, guys, is a dangerous chord to use. So any of these other ones. So I'm going to grab chord 2, put that one here, why not? And I'm going to grab chord 6 and put that one there. So now we have an 8-bar harmonic progression that includes an imperfect cadence and a perfect cadence. Let's have a listen to see what that sounds like. Fabulous. Well, there's nothing offensive about that at all.